New York is really full of fucking slumlords, y'all. This room belongs to my youngest two daughters. And at this point, it's so cold in here that I could see the smoke coming out of my mouth.
Hey y'all, what's up? Good morning, motherfuckers. Now, yesterday I saw a video of a young lady saying how she wanted to live alone and how she do not want to live in the house with a man. There's also a sound on TikTok that's going around, and the sound is, why would you want a man in your home? And I don't think men really understand how peaceful it is in a home for a woman when she's in that bitch by herself. But we also have to let the men know why you don't want them in your shit. Number one, they can't really provide. And then they're coming into your shit offering you 50-50 on bills that you're already paying. In addition to them offering you 50-50 on bills that you are already paying in your home, you now have to do for them, I want y'all to listen to this part, you now have to do for them while they in your shit, cook for them, clean for them, smex them, be their doctor, be their nurse. And if you have a kid from that motherfucker, you're turning to the nanny. There's no benefit in that situation except for him claiming he can help you pay bills. And 9 times out of 10, let's keep it a buck, he can't even afford the bills that you have. But a lot of women have fallen for that foolishness and end up in fucked up situation. But I feel like a lot of women now are learning that it is more peaceful to keep that motherfucker on the outside of your doors than having him on the inside. And I want to end by saying this. If there was more men with their own places, do you think we'll be having this conversation? Absolutely not. There will be no single man living as a bachelor sitting around waiting for a woman to come into his crib and help him pay bills. She can't step to him talking about, I'll do you 50-50. You know why? Because he don't want you in his shit, because it's going to be a whorehouse. He going to be running them ladies up and through there. So no, it would not be on the opposite side, but because more women live alone than men, this is why they try to preach that 50-50 shit, just so they can get into your house and turn you into a maid in your shit. Make that make sense. Anywho's, what do y'all think about all this? Leave me a comment. Let's talk about it. And don't forget to hit the follow button. Toodles.
Yo, so I'm back up in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha. And if I see another video of an over the hill bitch talking about menness and why you don't want a man in your house, and bitch, you lost. It's over. And judging by the looks of it, she looks like she's anywhere between 55 and 58. She got good genetics, so I won't give her 60 just yet. But bitch, you far from a spring chicken. Let me crack down why most of the dumb shit she said was dumb. Now, for people who even get started in the comment section, I do not hate women. I actually love women. When they have a brain on their head and they know how to use critical thinking skills, they was raised with the father in the household and know how to conduct themselves. Also how to use reasoning and deduction. But when they're bubblehead idiots like this, that judging by her features, she looked like she got a big thumper, right? She wasn't nothing more than some rip back in the days, right? Just say you was taken advantage of, niggas ran game around you, and you was green and didn't know nothing until it happened. And they was knocking the stuffing out your big ass. I'm assuming she probably had some kids. She probably worked the night shift and some blue collar job, judging by them bags under her fucking eyes. So we can assess right there that she's not made of a mountain of money. Now, speaking to the bills she was talking about he gonna come in and spend pay 50% on bills you already paying, bitch. Like, that's basic arithmetic. I would have thought this was an easy one. These hoes rather pay 100% of a lot of shit versus 50% of a little shit. Now, I don't know about y'all. If I had somebody come in my house or we live together and they pay half my bills, I'd be fucking relieved, right? Not only that, most of the bills that you bitches be having be bills you don't need. It be unnecessary bills, right? Like your fucking weave installment. You don't need that shit. A bunch of subscriptions. Bitch, I have Netflix, Hulu, and Peacock. Choose one. And choose wisely, right? Because they don't do nothing but sit up on their big ass and watch their big back get wide. Because they don't work out like that. And I'm not hating them, just stating the facts. I know some black women out there that do work out. For the majority of them, they don't. So you got bills that you, first of all, don't even fucking need. Now, she goes on to say that most men, right, want to move in your shit. Ma'am, that's not true. Most men have a house or an apartment than most women. That is an empirical fact. Now, you bitches might own a house with a high ass interest rate on your mortgage, and most of y'all get refinanced and have to pay more on the house than it's actually worth. And most women, namely black women, have more foreclosures than black men. That's also an empirical fact. You can look that up. Now, they always talk their education and this, that, and third, even though they're the most enrolled. Even if they were the most educated doesn't necessarily mean intelligent or even critical thinking and comprehension skills. Bitch is stupid. She goes on to say that men, if they had their own place, then they'd be running women through. That's young boys. I don't know who you, like, clearly, bitch, you're almost 60. Between 40 and 60 years old, it's not niggas running a plethora of women through their door. Actually, after the age of 40, most men get exhausted by multiple women. This is also an empirical fact. That's not to say niggas don't be players. We just ain't running them through there because we got shit like goals and a company or a business to run. Once again, she's either still getting the stuffing knocked out of her by idiot niggas, jailbirds, or young niggas. And judging me like by the fact that she's probably in her mid 50s, bitch, it will behoove you to stop letting Jamarquavius knock your big ass out. Cause he probably coming through and knocking the lining out of your ass. You can't think correctly. You got young niggas confused with mature niggas and even elderly niggas, right? This is not the consensus. Not only that, she said most niggas don't got their own place. Where the fuck does this bitch think grown ass men are living at? Once again, she's either got us confused with young boys or jailbirds, which is not leading the league in the black population. I think they said 1 out of 5 black men got a felony conviction, so the other 4 live somewhere. Bitch, where you think we living, under a fucking bridge? I would have thought that was obvious, but clearly critical thinking skills is not her strong suit. Now, I might have missed over some points that it don't matter. You probably seen this video and thought it was ludicrous. What I will say is, she is nothing but an old, bitter woman that probably didn't get chose up, got one ex-husband, if that, and that's being generous, under her belt. She probably ain't been married. It's usually those ones that didn't fucked up the first marriage, or ones that never been married, fucking up their chances further, trying to give advice to younger women so they could screw their life up. Let me just put this out here in the air. If you're a woman between the age of 18 and 35, don't listen to this old bitch. She gonna lead you down a path of destruction, shit you don't need in your life. You know, most women, if you got any sense of yourself and you young and you beautiful, avoid women like this like the plague, because they're bitter. They know the shit they saying ain't true. They know that they ain't got Ray Earl or Charlie Wilson around. It's because they didn't fucking listen and they was idiots. Or they probably cheated on them. You know, it's a plethora of old women that grew up in the 60s and 70s that was cheating on niggas. Hence all the songs that Lionel Richie, Michael Jackson, and even Prince made. And Bobby Womack by no good bitches. That's not a new phenomenon. They always been like this. But they come from an era where, I don't know, she probably was a victim of the crack era, or probably a victim of domestic violence. Once again, these are the women that have no clue and are not good at choosing suitors. These are the last women you want to listen to. They're bitter, they're old, and they're busted and disgusted. Saying it like, man, most black men got more houses than black women. Even if we don't have a house, it's not because we don't want one. It's because we don't want to fuck our credit up, and we don't want to pay a 30-year mortgage. Typically, most men in general buy the house outright. And we don't get screwed as it pertains to the interest rate. We damn sure don't reconsolidate and refinance the damn home loan and end up paying 3 or 4 times more than the house is worth. It's an empirical fact that most women over the age of 60 in the black community are living in working poverty. That's a fact. More so than men. We can stop pretending like women are making all this money. Like if you ain't selling pussy on OnlyFans, you're not made of a mountain of money. We can stop it. You're getting your Social Security after you hit 65 and you're struggling. And every few years you got enough money to buy a new car. We can stop pretending like we don't see all these old ass ladies at Walmart or Goodwill or even Amazon warehouses. You're not doing good. This advice is stupid. I'd rather pay half of a lot than pay all of I'd rather pay half on my bills than all my bills. Let me just clean that shit up. That you don't even have to be a genius for that. If you got $2,300 or $5,000 worth of bills monthly, and somebody comes in and pays $2,500 of that shit, like, you don't need that. Clearly, you're a working woman. You're not a millionaire. Last time I checked, you wasn't Oprah Winfrey. Oh, you got your old ass on TikTok. And that's another thing. If you are not between the ages of 18 and 34, get your old ass off of TikTok. They ain't watching this shit. And if they are, you ain't doing nothing but misleading them. In any event, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out.